Well, it's Saturday the 26th of November. It's Oliver's birthday. Happy birthday, Oliver. It's a nice 5-degree day outside today, and I've come to the cottage to close it. It's 60 degrees in here. I've left the heat on from my new electric heaters, and it's cozy. But the first thing, of course, that we're going to have to do is take care of this water here. Take care of this water over here as well. Easy peasy. Well, it may not be easy peasy. This tank is 3/4 full, so I can stand here and slowly drain it, or I can do it in one quick rapid motion and have water spray out. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to also fill up this kettle and boil some water so I can pour it over the pipes when I go down and free up the pipes. Let's start with that. So the pipes that I have to uncouple are here for the jet pump, which is turned off, of course, here, and also down there in the cellar. I will close the main water line and undo that. Let's go have a look and see how that is. There's water in here in the cellar because the float keeps sticking. I have to give it a little touch with my fingers and then it will start draining. I'll have to fix that for next year. Here in the cellar it's 50 degrees, so it's still quite comfortable, but there it is. So if I just touch this float, it will start. Let me just get my glove on and we'll do it. And there it goes. Gonna have to fix that next year. And the tap that I have to close is over there. Let's do it. So here's the main shut-off valve, and it is now shut off. I'll be pouring hot water on here to free it up and let it drain out. This pipe goes all the way up there to the jet pump. Okay, I think that water is hot enough, so we'll turn that off and be ready for the next step. I'll flush the toilet a couple of times so that the pressure in this blue pressure tank is over. And I never use the hot water tank, so it's dry right now anyway, so that's that. Typically, I turn the heating circuits off here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this year. Probably I will. Or alternatively, now that I got thermostats, I can leave it at 2 degrees. That's the sump pump. That's finished. I'm just going to go down and turn it off. I can also turn the sump pump off with this switch right here, which I did. That saves me from rushing downstairs. Okay, cold air will come through this hole that leads to underneath the house. I've stuffed it full of styrofoam for the time being, but I'll cover it up with some plastic as well, just to stop the cold air from coming in. The cold air will blow across the river, and last year the water that was left here, the residual water, froze. I'll try and avoid that this year. By the way, here's my camera setup that points out the thermometer over there so I can see what the temperature is during the winter without coming out. And time to turn the sump pump back on again. Okay. Here on the veranda is my secondary tool set and some spare equipment to do the uncoupling of the pipes. I think it's the number 8mm that I'm going to use to unscrew the clamps, these kind of clamps, that's what I'm talking about. And my screwdrivers and a spare toolbox right there. Oh, and while I'm at it, I might as well turn the heat down to 4 degrees. Before I forget, but I still think I'll probably turn off the heating circuits. But there you are, that's 4 degrees there. And on to the next one so I don't forget. Okay, gloves, hot water, sponge, tools, my boots. I'm ready to go back down and do the dirty. Already flushed the toilet once. Okay, I've loosened the clamps and now I'm just going to pour the hot water on top. It is a number 8mm socket there. Okay, unbelievably, there are still mosquitoes down here and spiders. You can see the big crack in the wall there, which is why. But here I am now pouring the boiling hot water to soften the pipe. Then I'll be able to pull it out and just drain it. I should have put it on the sponge to hold the heat in a bit more, so let's do that. That's typically what I do, but I can't do it with one hand, so that's how I would do it. Hold it and do it. Okay. Okay, I got the hose off, so now I'm just going to let it drain out, and then I'll just attach it back loosely so that no mice can crawl up in there. And that's me draining now the jet pump from this side first. There's still more water in there, but I'll drain it out anyway. So that is that. What a difference from the first time I did this many years ago. It's now brighter. I know what I'm doing. And actually, I think I took a video from last year. We should look at that again. Here, let's just turn this thing off. Damn it. Okay. I flushed the toilet a couple of times to relieve the pressure from this blue pressure tank, but I'll still have to drain out the toilet, and then afterwards I will uncouple it here and drain this jet pump as well. And now back in the cellar, you can see the water has all been drained out of here, out of the sump. I have already turned the shut-off valve outside. That goes to the outside. I've closed it and I drained it a few weeks ago because we weren't using that anymore. There is another shut-off valve right here. I'll leave that open for now because I've still got to drain this pipe. And I put my shut-off valves here for the lines going up to the rest of the dwelling. I put a hose on this one because it's always messy when I open it up. And that's opened up and water should be draining out. And this is the hot water, but we didn't use hot water this year. But water always gets into the line, so I've drained that out now. So that's open and drained. And I'll close it just in case the water comes in and gets into this pipe, but I doubt very much that it will. And how is this doing? Yeah. I didn't put my gloves on. Okay. Let's put my gloves on and I'll take the hose off and let it just drain, and then I'll drain the hose. Yep, that's all done. Easy peasy. I'll just shake these pipes just to make sure all the water is out. I really should put some insulation around that main line there. If I find a pool noodle, I'll do it. Okay, and that's about that for in here. Now let me show you something else. Oh, by the way, that vector box is just a box with a mouse trap in it to catch any stray mice. By the way, these pipes here go into the downstairs bathroom and then continue from the downstairs bathroom to the upstairs bathroom, where there are another couple of shut-off valves. I'll show you in a minute. And these pipes over here, you can probably see them except for the glare of the light. Those go up to the kitchen. That's it. So I'll just drain that. It's also important to open the tap, let air into the system, which I just did, and to help finish the draining the pipe. Still don't know if I should pull this out in one shot or just quietly drain it. Okay, here we are in the stairs, and there's two shut-off valves here, one for the hot, one for the cold, that lead water going upstairs to the toilet and the vanity there. So I'm just going to open those up and let the water, whatever water is in the pipe, drain out. Okay? I had already put the antifreeze into this toilet and into the toilet tank and into this sink. So that part's all done, and the shut-off valves are here as well. So I think I've opened them just to drain the water. Let's just do it again just to make sure. These are the feeds for the shower, which I never did finish making. I've opened the valve, and I don't know if you heard that, but that's air coming in. I just did this one there. So I've opened it, let air into the system so the whole thing can drain properly. That's it. And that's that. I've closed them just so I don't forget when I turn the water on next spring. Water doesn't come shooting out of there, so I closed it. This is the drain underneath the vanity upstairs. I didn't have to do it. I had already poured antifreeze in, but I uncoupled the U trap here and just drained out the antifreeze that I'd put in. I didn't have to do it, but I thought I'm here, might as well just get it done. Okay, I use this cup and this bucket to take the last bit of water out of the toilet. Then I'll use the anti-gel in the sink and the toilet tank, and that will be that. I'm still wondering if I should take the time to drain this or just do it in one fell sweeping motion. Okay, I'm just going to tilt the jet pump and drain it that way rather than try and undo the couplings. Every time I undo the couplings, it always leaks in the spring, so I'm just going to try and drain it by tilting it. Let me see if I can show you what I mean by tilting it. So I just lift it up like this, and hopefully whatever water's in there is draining out. Yeah, I hear it drain out in the cellar. Again. Yep. Yeah, I'll turn this off. Okay, now that I've drained the jet pump, I'm just going to loosely couple this back together just so that whatever mice are around here don't try to go in and make a nest out of it. So I'll couple that in. Okay, I decided to turn the heater circuits right off. Okay, all done. It's just this now. Quick and messy, slow and dry. I'll just put my tools away first. Okay. All that's left now is the fridge, and then I can turn the power off to the fridge and leave the fridge doors a bit open. And that is that. And that's that. I'll just take these Lysol wipes home because otherwise they'll freeze. Well, let's say the cottage is closed. That ends the day. There's not a lot of snow on the ground. It's all melting. Everything is still green. And that's that. Everything outside is put away as well.